Trust is one of the most fundamental requirements in any type relationships, whether with a friend or partner. Family members, in this video I will discuss 7 types of people you should never trust is important. First, observe whether the person is showing. Some of the ones I mentioned, observation, characteristics, and analysis, comments are needed. But fortunately, it's not that hard to analyze how words and actions of a person so that form a strong impression of who is he and what is his essence. So I will look at each of these types people and explain why it is wise to avoid invest your trust in them. If someone does things like this, you should suspect and not even respect such person. It is important to note that when I'm saying no respect, I'm not suggesting insult or mistreat by anyone. I mean, you shouldn't treat this person as a true friend or partner. Just because he demonstrates dubious behavior is key. Maintaining healthy and constructive relationships and understanding when appropriate depart. People contribute to your well-being. The first type of person is the one who is always ready to criticize, especially when it comes to other people. If one day someone feels bad, talks about something else, you can find out more about character of the speaker than about the person, about which is said by someone who constantly talks about others, often through gossip and hearing, and even trying to harm someone. The image of people of low quality is interesting. Think about those who waste time on criticizing and spreading gossip about others. Probably these are unoccupied, productive activities of people in life, such as work, taking care of your own affairs, and getting paid accounts. These people tend to be unhappy and a slacker to do unnecessary things, comments about others. Therefore, it is wise not trust, do not respect, and do not show sympathy for the individual's tamu. Because if someone speaks badly about others, it's easy might start talking bad about you too. The second type of person is the one who seems like a friend, smiles, wishes everyone only the best for everyone, and always says that you can rely on him. This man often perceived as popular, extroverted, and a people pleaser. I'm not saying you should judge anyone, these characteristics, but I advise you to be careful. Trusting this type. Human reason for caution is that someone who smiles at everyone and pleases everyone often makes a promise and claims that he will always. There may be more available for help, interested in his own popularity than in genuine relationship for this person. You can to be just one more in the crowd, number of someone else, conquer and to whom pay attention. These people are often dependent from the attention and company of others while living in the world of illusions. Therefore, it is wise not to trust, because someone is excessive, extroverted, and popular can easily replace you. The third type of person is the one who has no empathy and is more inclined to deceive or harm others. The ability to put oneself in others' shoes and understand what they feel is missing these people. What makes them less reliable? Empathic man hesitated, would hurt others because he could imagine the suffering that was. His actions could cause this. The ability to empathize acts as natural barrier against harmful ponya. Koto. Usually a lack of empathy is a sign that makes these people less reliable. In addition, it is very likely that they won't take responsibility for their actions because they are unreliable. People tend to be selfish and take care of yourself and ignore yourself, consequences of your actions. Fourth type person is the one who pretends that listens. Have you ever met someone who, when you are trying to carry on a conversation, answers in simple terms, "I understand," or "Is it true?" without actually engaging in discussion? Not only can it be boring, but also disrespectful. Worst case scenario, when the person responds to what you say, but when it's your turn to speak, pretends to listen to you and gets distracted by the phone or nods, showing no real interest in what you say in conversation. Is minimal expectation that a person will convert. Pay attention to what you share. Therefore, if you are talking to someone who is not pays attention or is distracted by showing the phone in your presence, that doesn't really listen to you appropriately, stop. There's no point in continuing the conversation. Talk to the wall, and you don't have to waste your time on someone who doesn't interested in what you say. No hesitate, interrupt the conversation, or even say that go away. You shouldn't respect someone who doesn't appreciate what you share and prefers to pretend to listen while distracted by the phone. The fifth type of person is the one who, there are always problems living among intrigues and a firm's life for, and every day brings with it something new. Test. This person constantly complains to everyone, saying that he doesn't understand what is happening, and that everything is extremely complicated and important. Be careful with this type of person. And don't trust him. Because if someone constantly shrouded in an endless series problems, it's not just a coincidence waking up, having spoken him contributes to his difficult situation. Making bad decisions and repeating mistakes will not happen to them as well, that he has difficulty controlling your emotions. Therefore it is recommended remain distrustful of this type, individual, because if you sympathize with his sad story full of difficulties, you may want they can easily help him, and his problems become yours. Keep in mind that someone who seems to collect obstacles and drama usually has a real problem in his life, is yourself. Surely you don't want so that this problem becomes yours. Therefore be careful when dealing with this. The sixth type of person is the one who constantly annoys you when is near dealing with someone who makes you lose your patience. Even when you're already going through a difficult period in life, that's understandable. However, it's a different matter when you constantly get irritated in the presence of specific person. Even when you are in a state of calm happens, because if this person can continuously irritate you, she's probably provoking you. Subtly putting forward ideas that confuse you and skillfully feeds your doubts is subtle, and gradually in small doses, so that you did not fully understand the emotional and psychological game that is happening. Believe me, there are people who act like this way, purely for fun, using the ability to provoke others, so it is important to be attentive to full of these games and trick subtleties. If someone is able to constantly irritate you, it's because it hurts you with gestures and words in this way, which you may not completely perceive. Be aware of these complex speakers, and get ready to drive them consciously. The seventh type of person is the one who has two faces, and it is very likely that, have you already had experience communicating with someone like that? These people seem to be treating you location, but for Nemi, not only for you but also for others. So don't be surprised when other people start. These individuals can talk about you quickly, alternate between a friendly smile and nice conversation, and then talk bad about you when you start to notice this behavior. Highly recommended. Consider the possibility as soon as possible. Steal relationship vital in any relationship, and to be surrounded by people who act dual can be toxic and harmful. Therefore, protecting your own world and well-being is a priority, and if you will find this detachment may be best solution. I hope this message was for. Like and subscribe to the channel at the end. After all, it is very important and costs nothing. Thank you very much for your attention, and next time,